No, you're fine.
Dead. I mean, not dead, it's like.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
So.
You're.
No.
Yeah. Some people creativity is a sign up here. I was like, I'm never gonna look at like a no parking sign ever again because you took it off the street and took out the park and this kind of thing.
Okay. So we are going to create a page today. We're going to build this page. We're also going to go over some stuff we didn't finish the other day. So we're going to build this. Even though you guys don't normally do fronts, still play some stories, play some photos. It's all the same stuff. So I'm going to give you a number just like the other day. So that's going to be your page number. And it's also going to be your stories. I created training stories over the weekends for everybody. So odd numbers again. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. Okay? Good. Done one short, so I got to create a few more after this. I got to be 23. So the first thing we're going to do is create a page. So in InDesign, and again, normally pages are going to be created for you, but we're going to do it today. We go to the BLOX Total CMS menu up at the top. Get this in the way. BLOX Total CMS down to documents because they're InDesign documents. And we click new. Then we get the page naming dialog box. This is really important because this drives the folios. If it's wrong here, wrong on the page. So we are going to do, instead of the date being the 17th, let's make it the 16th. Pub code, we're going to do TR for training. Section, just because I might have created some stuff. Let's do section Z like in zebra. And then page will be your page number that I just gave you. So yours should look just like this, except for the page number. Training for the pub code, section Z. If you haven't done anything here before, you might actually have to choose the template. And then we click OK, and it's going to create the page. No, I just left that blank. That is going to be something that whoever dummies your paper is probably going to use that. That's the way she's going to label pages, what goes on what, news, sports, things like that. So we have a one-page document.
Taking notes today.
Okay.
Oh, I can't.
We're going to be building this page. Okay, so we need a snippet. You guys are used to library items. In fact, this is probably already there by the time you guys get there, the front. And they do the fronts mostly. Snippets are just like library items, only you have a little bit more control over them. Library items, usually somebody makes a library, everybody gets a copy of the library, and then people might start doing stuff to it. That might not be correct. With snippets, everybody's using the exact same snippets. And that panel that I just called up on everybody's computer, that's where the snippets live. So notice that my panel is closed. To get the panel back, it's under plugins, BLOX Total CMS, and there it is, BLOX Total CMS, and it opens this up. Oh, I gave it to you.
Oh, never mind. It is, I don't think you did it on mine because
You were doing something.
I had to get something done for deadline.
B 2019. Didn't I just give it to you?
You did that?
I just got it.
Yeah.
TCMS. And one up in the bottom. Then installed locally. So now go to,
Image.
you want to load it. Yeah. Okay. Scripts. Done. That was one with backslash feathers match. B 29. Go backslash. Oh, okay, got you. 2 B 29. B 29. B 29.
I told you.
Yeah. And
If I shut down here,
right
you're
here,
saying that shut down your computer, I don't think it's.
install local.
Well, she did revolving, no.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, you have it. Yeah. Oh, you learned it. I've got it. I'm gonna write it. I don't quite know what it is yet.
Okay. And block username and block that. Okay. So if you ever close it, you could go up to plugins, blocks, and click on the plugin and launch and just log into it with the same blocks credentials. Yes, you can, but chances are the next time you launch, it's not going to be there. It wants to keep closing. You got to keep logging in. And once you do this, it's going to load all the snippets. Anytime somebody makes a change to the snippets, everybody gets them. It's automatic. So once it's done logging in, which it takes a few seconds.
If it's bugging,
TCMS folder.
just the outside, which is off.
Yes, if you go into it, it's probably one up from the bottom. It said CCX.
I wake up on the
Yeah.
Don't it ring live? If I didn't have to work, I would still use this right now.
Yeah, I had it on the screen.
I'm not a morning person. I am in the
I
summer.
never used to be, but I guess I am now.
Oh,
Close that.
I'm in the
So
summer.
if you're figuring out a cold.
I'm probably going to become
Oh,
a
on the
morning
back
person.
end.
Because I'm a morning person. When someone's just freaking around, and like it gets you up.
I was going to see him.
You should do that.
Sorry.
I should get him. We should do that. I should get him to bring me a latte in the morning.
So with this plugin, if you click on where it says snippets up here, these are all the snippets. And you can dock it. So it's over here and out of the way. There are two different types of snippets. We can see right here where it says page design and design element. So this is what they are. Page design snippets know where they're supposed to go. They know the XY coordinate. So it's something like the flag at the top always goes at the top. Okay. If it's something else, like it happens to be a story snippet that has like a 4-column story, well, that can go anywhere on the page. That's a design element snippet. So if we wanted to put, this is the Amherst B, we want to put that snippet there. In the search name, if you type AM for Amherst, we named all the snippets for the pubs. So AM is going to be Amherst. And if you click on page design, it filters most of them out. So it'd be this top one right here. And if we double click on it, it knows where to go.
Yes, yeah. Oh. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
If you double click, it knows where to go.
We were like.
I think that my computer doesn't have the font.
Then we need to add that.
I think other people's computers don't either. It looks like. Yeah, none of us.
So remember how to add a font?
We gotta go to all those stupid things.
Yeah, do you know what font to look for?
Nope, no.
So double click on where it says Amherst B.
Is that what you've been using? Latino?
And then change the page.
No.
I think he said section Z. Where'd you find?
Oh, see what font is
Z.
I think Latino. Oh, Latino, interesting. So you gotta click the little parrot down in your taskbar and then click the thing on which is circle. I think it's supposed to look like a cloud, but doesn't really look like a cloud.
There's also the two that it's saying is mirror.
And then from there, let's see if I can remember where to go. Fonts, probably. Adobe
That
Font.
makes sense.
And then,
Browse for more. I don't think you got there. If you got
If it's.
Give it a second and log in.
Like, what should it be?
okay, where do you want me to click?
Just drag down that first thing.
The app, I forgot about that.
Click on browse.
It's actually, you can just, what is it?
If I install the font. It's up.
So if you add the handbook through now,
There you go.
you need to update some files.
So let's see, add to like. And then it should just update on the page.
Did you find the right spot?
No.
There we go.
Did you open your tray? Go to your baseline and it's area. Yes.
Yeah.
Then just go to your,
In that search here, you can search for it.
Actually, it's supposed to be Melly or bold.
oh yeah, that one.
And then you also need to add Myriad for the,
Then.
What's email you are?
It's supposed to be Melly or bold. That's what the
Fonts.
Amherst B.
Is
All B's are supposed to be Melly or bold. I don't know if it's in there. or not.
Is it true to them?
I have that reasons.
Let's see.
What did you?
I just opened it in our old one
It's called
page track.
Latino, you want me.
And that's what it is.
Try to get.
So
Latino.
go back to here. See if we can find.
and then you also want to add Myriad, so you have for the date line up here.
in-
Okay.
Oh, you are. No. You are. I changed hers to, yeah, there you go, that's the one, add family,
This one?
Yeah.
Show
yes,
that.
go there to add
Go to
family.
create, but you know what font you're missing, 'cause it'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can leave that.
They look the
You
same.
have to go back to the font.
She just changed it to the new one. It does look the same.
I think
Oh, wait.
it was probably a
Go to
true.
your,
Maybe.
no,
Believe.
oh yeah, it updated.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's not
We
updated.
opened it in grade up.
No, the top one, look the little
Yeah.
carrot
Okay.
is Marion Grove.
Let's do zoom in.
No, just do alt, make sure the V tool is. The V tool, click alt and then you, oh, you don't have a scrolling thing.
Oh, yeah. Arial black, Arial bold, Arial. metallic.
Okay.
Go to.
So now the top, the font is Myriad Pro.
Oh, yeah, mine found that.
Was it very?
No, that one, that's pink.
I got it.
So you have to search for Myriad Pro. Or just Myriad Family.
Browse more. Oh, I've added it. Family is still better.
And then Family.
Yes, then highlight should be dark.
Okay.
This.
Yeah, go to.
First, remember to add these things because like we used to just go.
Oh,
with the same
that's why.
dots on it.
So,
Okay,
Latino.
Yes,
Yeah.
you want to add Latino and you want to add
Yeah, Myriad.
Myriad.
tends to be, it's gonna be a period pro, but,
Okay.
and then add family.
Oh, God.
Then it'll just automatically change it.
Is that?
Yes. It updates another page. Once it downloads to your computer, and then it stays.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do this.
so but there's a link to the cloud. That's what it takes forever to.
Areas
So it's in the process of download. There you go.
of the century. Yeah.
Okay. So we good with fonts?
Which.
Okay. So notice that it still has the folio up top and the front page doesn't get a folio. So if we go to the Pages panel and we drag the A parent down on top of that page in the panel, it removes the folio. So A parent, and you got to land right on the page. If you miss the page, it'll create pages. So if you don't have the pages there, or you can't see it, window, pages.
Oh,
And I was like, will it stay here if I?
Yes.
or is it, yeah,
So click and then
with that.
A parent, I got to do it right on the I'll land on it.
So that's disappear.
Okay. Sometimes people ask me, does it matter if I choose the left or right side page up here? And the answer is no, it doesn't. It knows what side the page is. In fact, I don't even use these. I just drag the words down on top.
Oh.
Okay. Now we have our page. Everybody should have the front page snippet on it. We're going to go to the web browser. So Google Chrome. And we're going to get inside of BLOX. Under BLOX CMS and assets, we're going to have to find the assets. But before we do that, I need to duplicate because I need a set for myself.
Okay, yeah. Okay, great, thank you.
I think I need one more file, two more files.
Looked at everything I saw, I checked it. Yeah, you looked, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to call up our stories, and I created these for you. So in the slug search area, put lowercase tr for training, your 2-digit page number, so 010305, and I'm 23, and then an asterisk at the end. So TR01 asterisk. You got all these things selected. Click reset. Now under slug TR.
Oh, sure.
Yes, that's that.
So everybody should have 5 assets.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
Yes.
hit the reset button.
is it TR dash 11
There
by
is
page?
no dash. Oh, no dash.
Oh, no, it's a- oh, gosh.
And that.
Thanks.
There you go, 5 assets. Now we're going to prepare these like we would for any story, right, and for any real page. So we're going to go to the candidate story. We can tell what's a story and what's an image by the icon here. So this is an article. This is an image. So we want the candidate's story. Double click to open. So you for your slides.
TR01, right?
Yeah, but you can't see your slug at all. Mouse over any one of those headers. Arrow. Columns. Slug. What depth?
Online.
You care about depth
I do.
and workflow. Okay, so your slug is over here now.
Okay.
Way over.
But doesn't it automatically do it because I have it here?
like everything, but now over here, now I gotta do this again.
They turned into that. It's okay.
It will remember it in the cache. I'm gonna guess that you didn't do it on that computer the other day or when we did it.
No, I did it on my computer, so I have all this status.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're opening up the candidate story. Okay. So normally you would edit the story, do what you're supposed to do. The byline should look like this, where it has person's name, comma, title. Okay. We go to the print tab and we're going to budget this for our page. So at the very bottom, it says publications. So we click on that and we click add. The publication is training and testing. The date, we chose the 16th. Section, we're going to choose A, and I'm going to default it to that.
Section.
Section. Oh, you're right. You're right. Section Z.
Oh,
And then your page number. And it doesn't have to be 2 digits here. It could be 1 digit. So the only thing that's mandatory is the top 2, but we're going to put section Z and your page number also. We click add. So now it's on the budget. The reason we're doing this is because it's going to make it a lot easier for you to find the stories as a page designer. Now we're going to go to the related tab because there's 2 photos that goes with the story. So we go to the related tab. Under child assets, we choose add. And it would seem like we'd choose image, except that they're already in the system. So all we need to do is find assets. Over on the left, under slug, the same slug, TR, your 2-digit page number, asterisk. And if we want to narrow it down even more, we can choose images over here, and it'll only show us images with that slug. So it's these 2 guys. So we can select both of them and add selected assets. Okay. So now these are related. They will go to the website with it and they will come on the page with it. One thing's different about these. I have this,
Oh,
but it's these. So they're mugshots. Okay. Right now, if we don't tell it it's a mugshot, when we put it on the page, it's going to come in as like a 4-column photo. So we're going to go into each photo. So double click on one of the photos here. Down here where it says presentation,
Oh.
we choose mugshot. We're going to do that for both photos.
do we need to do anything if we do not publish them?
We do not.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it. So this one. Okay.
And the reason we don't need to do anything is it's attached to the story. And when the story gets put on the page and output, all the assets move to the last stage and do not publish automatically on checks.
Because he changed this.
Okay, we're going to save and close. So that story is done. Now we're going to go into the lifeguard story. So double click to open. We're going to go to the print tab, and at the bottom, we're going to go to publications. And we're going to budget it for our page. So we choose add, training and testing. The 16th, section Z, and your page number.
Oh.
What about the start date and time?
The start date and time is at the bottom left of the story. We don't need to, because these aren't going online. Normally, you would do it for some time in the future. Okay? There's no photo with this, so we're going to save and close. We did the lifeguards, and now we're going to do the dam story. Village hears results of dam study. So we're going to open that. We're going to budget it for our page. So in the print tab at the bottom, we click publications and we add it for the correct date, section, and page. If you want, go in the print tab, go to general on this one. Down here where it says notes, type the word ALERT, alert, colon, and then whatever note you want. I want you to see what that dialog box is. When you place it, it's going to come up with that note. But sometimes people say, I got an error, but it's really not an error. It's just somebody sent you a
Oh,
note.
gotcha.
I just put it, I think you put it.
Same story. He didn't. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no.
He didn't budget. Yeah. Yeah.
What, the number you,
11.
anybody else using 11? Accidentally. Well, go and change it to 11. Yeah. Well, we'll know when somebody goes to, look for their story and it's not there. Then we know. And I don't know. Point the finger at you. You're fine, right?
Yeah. Do you need me to pull it on what? Joe? Oh,
Close.
yeah, that was my fault.
Anything again. Well, he's just gonna show you how.
Well, you can, you are able to, village, here's the results of the data.
Listen, they need to get some trays.
Now go to this one.
Yeah.
Like trays to be anal about the day.
Yeah, Trey wanted very,
Just mouse with these.
things are covered.
Like,
Where was the dam?
it's like right behind, yeah, it's across the street.
Oh. It's at like Island Park, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, if I they hear the word damn again,
You called up something.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
after every board meeting, do you have an update on the dam? Do you have an update on the dam?
As an example, mine.
They're like, no, we don't. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Let me know when you do.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
I didn't quite. Tell me about the dam. It's like some really important thing happened, but I'm asking about the dam. The dam.
Like here. The dam.
And then Trey would come in. You find out anything about that dam?
Oh, we got it.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Damn.
Got it.
And you did on the dam? Damn, no,
Yeah.
I meant no dam.
I meant no dam. Honestly, I'm for just getting rid of the dam. Let's just.
Stop asking about the dam.
Yes, get rid of the dam.
I wonder like how the dam would affect.
I would
like
think so.
going
What position?
down into, what's the word, Black Park?
I don't know. I guess it's if we get broken.
Yeah, if you got.
Oh, it was broken.
Okay.
Yeah, it was broken. Yeah.
No.
And I guess it was like,
There'll be flooding in the Glen Park?
yeah, I guess if it was, But I guess what was happening was like it was leaking into people's yards and stuff like that.
Troy cares so much about it.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
it was like really smelly. It was just kind of
Yeah,
like,
people were getting sick and then because of the offers.
I was gonna say like. Oh, okay, I was gonna say. Yeah, I think maybe you might have.
Oh.
I don't know if one of his property, I think, was flooded, but the B building is close enough that it's definitely important.
I'm surprised he didn't make us all grab shovels and go out there.
Those two are then bounce back.
You get, you don't
Oh,
get extra pay.
No.
Bigger deal than the building.
Oh, right, I remember that.
Tino, maybe?
Yeah, just loved the damn.
You can see how triggered you are.
Cause it was like, oh my God, like, what do you want me to do? They didn't, there was nothing. There's still nothing. Or they, yeah, they got
They'll
the,
do the whole family.
they got the results of the, yeah, they got the results of the engineering.
And her scanner, like.
It's cute, but it's a giant waste of time. It's just waste of time.
But it's also showing that parents don't parent.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
And after,
Some parents don't know.
And then they think it's cute, I'm like, oh, Billy, he's like, someone's dying. It's trying to fall through right.
Parents literally has called at some point because the kid didn't like the snack that was in his lunch.
Oh,
Okay, so we have all of our stories budgeted. We're gonna save and close. The only thing we don't have now is, I didn't grab a photo for up here as a standalone. So go find a photo. We're gonna import a photo. The easiest thing to do here is go to new asset. Go to image
Oh, it was at the Maria.
and add image file. And then somewhere on the server, on your hard drive, somewhere, there's gonna be an image. So go ahead and find that. Any image. I would say make it a horizontal. Because we live in a horizontal world. Horizontal would be better. Notice the byline comes in with whatever your byline settings are, like for a story. So you would rather have it say something like photo by and your name. And then it will style correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you save and close.
So I'm just like,
Now-
I'm just gonna.
So this one is a standalone, and normally we don't need to fill in like budget information on a photo. But on this, we should because it's not going with a story. So under publications, we budget it for our page. Remember the 16th section and your page number. And then we can save and close. That's for a different function. We have something that's called automated production, which at some point you might get into. It reads the snippets on the page and it can fill in the snippets. Just, you know, that cropping or you show web, but it doesn't work.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Is there a way, when we put photos on here, if we want to crop them to like zoom out, because like something like this, it's a little hard to create the crop region.
Yeah, it is.
Just make sure.
And this happens a lot.
You hit control line.
Type in. Photo provide, photo provide.
You just type in.
I know they're working on that right now. So there's something not exactly right with it. Like you crop it the first time, it's fine, but then after it crops, it's not showing you on the screen what's really there. I know that.
Publication.
The BLOX Next, which is coming out, has a different way of doing it. It's a lot easier.
Publication.
Okay, so we should have 3 stories and a standalone to put on our page. So if we go back to InDesign. First thing we're going to do is we're going to place the story over here, one with the 2 mug shots. So we need a text box to put it in. And it looks like it's a full 2 columns. So with the type tool, the text tool, let's draw a box over 2 columns. Might even be more than that. Now, how do you know how far to put this from this bar up here? Do you guys do like a pica? How far do you separate items?
We have to wait. Not the front page, but we have time.
Yeah, at the top, but how do you know how far to separate it from each other item on the page?
Yeah.
Eyeball it. If you want to be precise and make sure things are lined up directly across, like this one, if I touch it to this line, it snaps to it. And then if I go up here under the X and Y coordinate, under Y, if I put at the very end, plus 1p for 1 pica, it moves it exactly 1 pica off that line. InDesign kind of does the math for you. You leave the number there, the number that was there.
Oh, to
Have you put your cursor at the end of it? There you go.
Here,
Well, no, just like that. Now you go up here and put your cursor at the end of that number, plus 1p.
You know, let's to get everything back here, like the button.
And it moves it up and down. Remember, Y coordinates are up and down, X's left and right. So you never thought you'd need geometry, but it actually comes into everyday life.
Mark, where is that, yeah, that number's which?
Up here at the top left, it says X and Y. So if you put your cursor at the end of the number that exists there and do plus 1p, it will move it 1 pica further. Okay, so we're going to place a story here. So with the box selected, text tool or selection tool, it doesn't matter which, we go to the BLOX Total CMS menu and we choose Asset Manager. That Asset Manager is the bridge from your website to the InDesign page. And this is the candidate story. If you go to Budget View, so up here under Budget View, you should see 3 stories and a photo.
I say that.
Budget view.
yeah.
That's because you have a section of that. Do
Oh,
active picture. It only show you what's budgeted.
Oh, that minimizes that.
So do we have to budget stories to put them on the page? Or-
No,
Okay, good.
no, it's just an easier way to find things.
Okay, okay,
Let's say you didn't budget the stories.
yeah,
I could go to basic search,
okay.
and over here, I know all the stories are TR minor 23 asterisk, and that's going to find the same stories. But I don't have to know what they're called. If I go to budget view, it knows what's supposed to be on this page.
All right. Makes sense.
So this one is the candidate story. So we click 1 time on the story. Down here at the bottom left, it says 2 columns. But really, it's 1 column of text. If it comes in 2, we could change it to 1 on a page. But if we want, down here, we could just make this 1, and it'll come in as 1 column of text. Once you have that, you go ahead and click OK. And you should get this dialog box that says, hey, there's 2 photos related to this. You can preview them if you want to by clicking on each one here. It shows you a preview. If I didn't want one of these photos, I could double click and it unchecks it. But I do want them both. So double click, check it. And then I can click OK. Clicking OK means story's going to come on, the photos are going to come
So
on.
what is it include all?
So they've all checked.
I just lost my like. Everything I had.
Got it. Family.
That was mine.
The photo didn't come up.
Well,
I only got one.
There's only one photo can for me.
yeah.
Those are okay. Okay, okay.
Not that an issue.
Yeah, let's take it. I don't.
Yeah, it does seem to spin a little bit.
No, I don't know.
Go-
the content.
okay.
That's what I could play, but for some reason it's showing up pink.
In
Oh, century old
style.
style. Okay, I was looking at century gothic. Century old.
Oh, she got the fresh picture. You see the-
There we
You got
are.
one picture.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
Unless the other picture's not underneath. I was gonna ask.
Hopefully it's.
So
If anyone else gets pink when they pop on, it's century old.
There it is.
But I'm thinking one picture. Yeah,
Cool.
I selected for it to both go.
yeah, I did too. But only one came in.
It sounds like.
Yeah, I just like picked it out of everything.
He, even for him, was on Monday.
This is also.
Yeah,
Yes. There it is. Why is there overset text on my?
oh, you just put it down.
Right.
You can even change for
well, if you crash it, it won't.
Oh, but it's still over
the
text.
font of it.
Yeah.
I can't change the font.
But no.
Let me see.
It's just.
Okay.
How did you change that font?
Oh, go to the same font thing and install Century Old Style. Oh, it's because it says PR03. So you just remove that text.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Which one is it?
Pictures didn't come in.
Century Old Style, there, Century Old Style. And, that's it. Oh, yeah, just let it install, yeah. Now it should go, yeah.
No, I've had the same.
There's one picture.
Yeah, the
I'm not sure.
over
There must be a reason. But I-
Oh, the related content should be.
Gee, I.
No, I can't see, I'm trying to add a photo to the budget, like, I can't get tried twice with this, I'm not sure exactly what it is.
I'm here. If I trust her, I should push that.
Just,
Here, it doesn't like.
where did you get the other one from? You just randomly?
I didn't.
It was a.
Yes, sir.
That one's gonna be there. So let's go back to this.
Okay.
Is that the scandal one?
And can you?
Oh, that is the stamp.
Oh, yours isn't the right color.
Yeah, mine's not the right shot. Cause yours is, yeah.
I came in with.
What's that story?
Oh,
It's century old is the one that you want to add.
Just century old.
You put pen and
Century
style at the end.
old, yeah.
That's just the name of that one.
That was not, yeah.
That's like, but I have like century old style.
Yes, that's it.
STD.
Brain select.
Yeah, century old style is the font family that you need to add.
And then go to blocks.
I think.
Well, like,
I
we don't have it all these. Like,
I think it like,
Yes.
you gotta find it, not crashed it, but. Yeah, but like lagging now.
We went in and added for the masthead, like the font, you gotta do that same thing again for this, with century old
Okay.
style.
Give us a.
Yes, sir.
Hey, your boxes should be in this line.
There we go, okay. Go to your page. See.
Title is.
So. See.
I know.
It keeps tugging under there.
Yeah.
Go back to Your web browser.
Okay.
I budget the pages for Oswego anyway, so I kind of have a little bit of. Yeah, a tiny bit. Oh. But this is like,
Double click on it.
this is the first real training I've ever had of this, so. Yeah. So when I said,
So just do it.
yeah,
Somebody put it the right day. Okay.
Yeah, like, well, what's the day, like, yeah, it makes sense. You said most of this stuff.
Okay, so it should have come on the page. The photos are gonna stack. The mugshot stack one on top of the other, you're offset just a tiny bit.
It always do that with pictures.
With mugshots, it does. And oh, I might not have updated. Your cut lines probably look right. Mine don't, because I didn't update.
Oh, that is holding.
This is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you need.
Yeah, once you get it, it's gonna hard. Try it.
Yeah, no, his face came, I went perfect. I would shoot that.
That is holding.
You see,
It's just the guy. I guess.
it's in your cache now. Browser.
You can open the browser.
Okay.
Oh, it's frozen? Oh,
You're page 7, right? This is
USA
well,
photos.
yeah, 7, asterisk.
All right, those are, that's what I was trying to do is get.
I hit cancel. It's it now. Should never go back to it.
Click
Um,
Sorry.
make it deeper. Open it.
We don't the text just wraps around them.
Make it do a control minus one time. But I shouldn't. That's why opening it. I usually just update it.
But the date's right, the 16th.
And now you can adjust your.
Okay.
I wonder, would it be, but.
I'm gonna go.
there.
I got them both there. You know, and then
You can open them there.
And
I changed it to the.
where was it?
It's not free.
So the one means you bring up the round page.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to.
I mean,
The only thing is, the other thing that comes up is the.
So, photos. So once the photos come on the page, you can drag them wherever they need to go.
The brown.
Yeah. Oh, let's see, we get that over. Then it's stories, definitely.
I mean, those stories are all listed.
Hey, Mark,
Yes.
my
Yeah.
outline, the caption for his name is a different part than everyone else.
Probably because you were in InDesign when you came in here. Already launched.
Oh,
You connected with Launch, and I changed it. I
after.
corrected it. There is a paragraph. So if you go to photos, a folder for photos.
Folder for photos?
Yes.
Oh, this.
oh, when you do that,
Yeah, it has that.
click on him.
Now on, it'll come in. Once you get out of InDesign back in.
Well, they said to be, you know, it's just that it's, they were placed, that's like this one, the one down, and it's. So I slept it, it's, it just stays up. It's not nothing up in my budget, I go to so. Because it's, it has to be, so are we all on June 14th or something like that? Every page, which one?
Yeah, so publication.
Oh, see, I thought we did the 16th, right? Oh, okay. I can throw you guys all off. I thought it was 16. Yeah, I'm being told.
It's whatever your page was named.
My page was named the 16th.
Yeah.
No, it's whatever the page is. Yes, it's the 16th.
I'm gonna have to put it down, not shut down my,
I'm gonna change them all.
but like at least force with that.
Whatever your pages. What did you pay?
My page is June 14th,
Okay,
so I believe that.
yeah, it should be. So that's why yours isn't showing.
Okay.
How you doing?
Now that it's on stock, I'm trying.
Yep.
Okay. Did your photos come in with it?
So these two are,
Yeah, that's what we're trying to update.
I just clicked on anything.
Okay, hit cancel. Because they should have come in with it. So what we're gonna do is, delete that off your page.
I noticed it puts the little like,
Save your
Yeah,
page
but
now,
it puts
because
a
it
little
still thinks it.
barrier around the photo.
So file save or? is it-
Yeah.
So we don't have to
Yes,
add the,
I'll save either way.
we don't have to add the minus.
Go back to the limits.
Looks like I already had them.
You can do it while it's saving. Just go back to Chrome or whatever. Or use this. Okay. Open up the story. So that's second one down. Double click.
This is June 14th, to make sure we're.
Is that what you're?
You have one photo there.
It's
that one didn't come in.
Yeah.
There's a.
Okay, so
It's okay. That just means it's not gonna show up on the.
All right, so maybe.
I'm back.
So,
Yeah.
mouse over here.
I have like all my.
So we have him.
This-
So it's
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Find out.
Right, all my stories tomorrow.
TR, your 2-digit number, this one.
Oh, you did for this week's paper?
Also,
Oh, God.
search.
You can read this.
So.
Yes, I did write it down. If I was, despite the resource purpose.
So,
Configuration, this section.
I did all of mine last week because I knew it was this
one
one.
photo.
Should have done.
But they-
I mean, I always. write
That's the one you have, right?
Yeah.
So go up to the top one.
I get everything else done.
That's
And
one.
just let my
Yeah.
stories on. My layouts Wednesday, I just write them all on
And
Tuesday.
select.
Yeah, I do the same thing, but I do it on the weekends.
Yeah,
So now they're both there. Double click
Yeah.
on.
it's not that bad. You can use the hour, story.
So change that.
Yeah, once you've done the.
Shop.
The interview, yeah, that's the one part.
Right.
Once I get those done, I can do tomorrow. It's not a big deal. So go back to it. I just like to have everything on the other side, the story done by tomorrow.
Save and close.
Japanese bathroom. What's it? You know what I mean? A fold, yeah.
Oh, but I
So the baby report done.
Back to our page.
Not bad. It's a little tough to decipher what she's typing, but. Exactly.
Place that.
If you want something legible, you're gonna have to give her a raise. More candy.
Story.
Shows this can.
I see, I didn't know. Yeah, the Cheetos, yeah.
Well, as soon as you say, can I heard something. I'm like, oh, that's a favorite.
She loves those.
yes.
Hey, there's 2 photos. Go ahead and click OK.
It's fun to take a second.
I have to click on both.
We also have the primary leader wheel things, and she loves those. Every time I put them on the, every time I make them, I get so excited when I put them on the, on her, the high chair board, she like reaches and she's so excited.
Yep.
That's the point.
Which part do you just started
Mm-hmm.
about connecting the photos?
Oh, yeah, you missed it.
I would think the news.
Yeah,
was gonna
oh,
do
yeah.
it. And then you get
Forgive me,
places.
like, fall
Yeah,
off the-
both photos are there, but they're stacked right on top of each other.
And
So.
she kept like throwing it, but I was like, catching it, and I was like, I'll throw it, and she's like, oh, she's like, no, and then like throws it, she's
Yeah.
There is partial.
like, all right.
Don't click.
Oh, no, it's not.
What?
Can you drag it?
Oh, got
Maybe.
it. Okay, good.
Like,
Tried. It's just, now I accidentally.
Then how do we get it on?
All right,
I'm not sure it's really there. but
One of these.
Yep.
Oh, got it.
With it.
Yeah.
So the name tag is still.
I haven't gotten anything.
That's it. It's just-
Yeah, I don't know if you sent me or you. Yeah, I might, yeah, I might.
And that, if you don't want to see that, you click those three dots.
Yeah, I'm down.
Budgeted.
They had it already budgeted for them. They said you can whatever you want. So the one is.
Oh,
16. So we want to sleep.
That's like first.
June 14th, but whatever.
So budgeted for the 16th.
Okay, so we have one story on the page.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. We can.
But
Yeah.
And also adjust your headline if you need to.
Yeah.
It was a 3-deck headline.
Oh, maybe I misread it, but I thought that's what you said.
So to get that in 3 decks, it was probably wider than 2 column. Well, it kind of looked like 2 columns,
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
but you could make it a little smaller if you needed to.
I just changed your.
Yeah.
That's right. That means these two photos are connected to this article. That's the one I placed. I mean, it's not, it's about a school.
Maybe like set it to one, so they don't get later on the page.
So the one thing I see is that your mugshot size here is probably a little larger than it needs to be. So I will make it not quite as vertical.
Oh, I got it. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we want to put another story on the page.
Select the box without selecting everything else, the box and the caption.
If you click here,
Okay.
and then you should be able to hit Control and click, but for some reason it's not allowing me to do that. Shift click,
Yeah, I think it's shift.
Oh, I got it.
but you should be able to do Control too.
You mean, yeah, doing them right now.
Okay, so underneath that, we need another story box. And you guys separate with rules? Nope. Okay, so we just draw a text box underneath. Two column box, but it's going to be 2 legs of text. This one right here.
Okay.
And that is the lifeguard story. So I would suggest making sure this box is where you want it first. Like I want this to be about a pica from the other one, somewhere right about there. With the box selected, we go to the blocks menu, asset manager. And we want the lifeguard story. On what?
Oh, doing. Yeah.
The bike is +1, what, in the P?
Plus 1E.
Yeah.
So, Mark, if you see this, that means it's placed on.
Yes. You place those, they are locked because they're in use on your page and they have the InDesign logo next to it. Now, you guys normally have a label there, which we should probably have built into the on the snippet, at least the box for it. So probably the easiest thing to do would be to draw a picture box. How big is that label? And we put text wrap on the picture box.
Yes.
Actually, shade.
Either down 123 or up 126.
Oh, God, that's the worst.
Well, I can't.
What is this? You click OK.
Yeah, it's okay.
Probably.
That's it.
That's
You know,
it.
it's like-
20 maybe?
Right.
Yes, it is now.
Yeah, nothing's coming up.
You still can't find.
Mark,
What's the box to the top to the left there?
I love that we don't have to do title box.
I think we should probably add that.
Almost easier.
Yeah, well, it's the mailing label.
Yeah.
They just leave it
The
blank.
box is the label.
So you can launch a picture box.
Just for this.
Yeah, so.
You don't have to put the box.
This one?
Yeah. Just put the box.
How do you get rid of the, what's missing? That's a Adobe system. I just.
No, don't drag it. Just draw the box.
Stuck down. See if
Just
they
draw it
fit
like
this.
this.
One
Thing.
color.
Just the box.
Okay.
And then just draw it like
Now with this selection, to this black arrow,
It's
you need to put text.
in the way.
Yeah, and then go to your properties.
I. Yeah.
Go to window.
You know how to put.
I
text
might
on
want
it.
to more than
No.
that one.
Oh, we have 20 to 20 to.
No, that's weird. Yeah, that's a photo that I had on my desktop. It's not even,
20
Second.
it never even went into block.
And
And the
then
rest has to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Just like this, then text.
Choose the second box in.
Thanks, bye.
There is.
How many have to go up?
I had to go up 126 inches.
That sucks, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll make it a little, it'll be fine.
Like
Be
seriously.
fine.
Now that's
Fine. I can lift your feet.
It's fine, everything's fine. My first week, I think I had to go up more than that, so. My first week, I think I had to go up more than that.
Yeah. Stuff is unusually going right now.
Me too. I'm doing only 16 pages this week. I can't just want to.
Yeah, 20 is not.
What's up? You said all the turtles did? Yeah. I love it.
Turtle in it?
Well, when I did delete that one
I found
paragraph.
a really cool snapping turtle. Like, it's just, I took a picture of it and I was like, how can I write about this? And then I was like, I could, we must stay.
At least it got there.
So.
Do you think it's?
That's awesome.
That is one paragraph. That was.
Yeah, I mean, you could leave in the Rhinestein Woods part, but you could say, you might find
Oh,
snapping turtles in this area, like Rhinestein. They have like one or two
Okay,
other,
got it.
you know, you could do that to fill your own, but yeah.
Okay, so how we doing? Got a box?
Fill up lots of space.
Um,
There's a photo coming.
We're gonna build this
Oh,
box
nice.
Yeah, the
into
turtle.
this, so it's,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Cool.
We're gonna build the mailing label into
Oh, really?
the.
Yeah.
You have a photo?
Do that. Yeah, I'm gonna submit it today. Yeah, it's in my, on my desktop.
Fire
Okay.
or
Do
something.
you think you could sign up?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are we still submitting photos to the photo at the?
Yes.
so
Yeah.
we're gonna place this standalone photo. And I'm gonna create a snippet for it at some point, but I don't have it in there today. So what we want is a picture box, which is this one over here with a little thing there. And on our page, we're gonna draw it over those three columns. Something like that. With the selection tool, over on the right, we're gonna go to object styles. And if you don't see it there, go to Window, Styles, Object Styles, and it'll pop out. So with the picture box there, we're gonna choose one that says FR Image IMG Frame.
I was told to put page 9.
Yeah.
Already. It's touch screen.
It's FR Image IMG Frame. What that's gonna do is it's gonna put the frame on it, the objects, the text wrap on it.
Okay, here.
Oh, no, you didn't use it. I just needed to select it.
Right there.
Normally, that comes automatically with every image, except for standalones.
That's it.
You don't click it on there.
I don't know where that is. Yeah, it's only, it's the mark, I'm not sure where that is.
Because I got stuff all over. So go to the window drop down menu. Oh, okay. Go down to styles. Objects.
Oh,
That's right there.
Keep them
So
noise.
with the selection, tool, make sure you click on this box. And scroll down to here, there's one that says FR image and right where your cursor is. Yep, click. There you go. So I put the half point frame on it, and some text wrap on it.
Yeah.
So with that box selected, we're going to go to the asset manager. So BLOX Total CMS, asset manager. And we want to choose that photo that you uploaded. That's mine, and I'm going to click OK. It's going to come in with a separate box for a standalone headline, and you can just remove that box. We don't need it. Because you guys don't use a true standalone headline, you use the cut line like that.
Photo.
Yeah.
I recognize that.
Those are only the photos.
Sadly.
Oh.
If it, at all times, it decides it wants to turn on sticky keys.
Yep.
I put the title down with mine too. Like,
Yeah, you can get rid of the title, because you guys don't use a standalone headline. In fact, I'll probably kill it, so it doesn't come back.
Probably not.
Delete the wrong box.
So this your.
That's my bad.
Aw.
More,
Okay.
that's more. Pick actually on yourself.
She picked that.
Pick it on yourself.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
No worries at all.
It wasn't until my mom got the dog. She got her empty nest done before I did it also. Freeze. Hands.
And I am hearing sticky keys also. One thing that definitely turns it on is if you hold down the shift key and else. I think it's like 3 seconds or something. Once they're on, they're like, turn on.
So in an image, the title get published or the caption?
Wow, what's the thing about wow?
We're gonna remove the title because you guys don't use it.
Right.
Can you see it online? It kind of depends on how your website is set up.
Okay. So we
I would never write anything that's gonna be embarrassing in the title. So, don't write something bad.
Some of the pictures of the one she chose, the trans,
So
and
don't-
might put
So we shouldn't have you.
near. Depending on if it's something kind of important, like someone's sponsoring. the title.
You can do that. That's what the title is for. It's for like a photo line.
Okay.
So if you guys are gonna use that, well, I'm gonna build a snippet that's gonna have that in there. You guys use that and put it in the box.
Okay, well, okay, because right now with Google, it messes that up a lot.
Oh,
And a wild shot picture?
and the logos are gonna be a snippet, so they'll be in here, and you can place them anywhere you want, around anywhere you want. Once it's on the page, it's on the sign, so it's not much different than what you were doing. Getting it on the page, that might be a little different.
Scoop file.
Okay. So underneath that photo, we have another story.
She enabled.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Well, they're on my screen, they're big. It's a preference.
Oh, okay.
I did it so you could see my pencils.
I didn't understand.
It is a user preference that you can set them bigger. Okay, so we want another text box down here. That's gonna go all the way to the bottom. I never found this photo, so we're not gonna place this photo. But we're gonna place the dam study.
Oh.
That's why, it's really weird.
So with the box selected, BLOX total CMS, asset manager. There should be one left that hasn't been placed. Double click to place. So it should pop up that note that you put in if you did. This is the note that we did where it said,
Yeah.
alert.
That's cool.
Okay.
Jeez.
And all you do is click OK and it places.
So, okay, that's cool. So do you have to switch the number of the column or will it just automatically?
It does, as you're drawing the box, it knows how many columns it's gonna take up. So it defaults to that.
Oh,
And
okay,
if you wanted to change it, you could.
okay.
So if I want to change the column here or control V,
Yep, same thing.
When I do.
Because you can change it any pack you want.
oh,
And this, it was a one-line headline, but I don't have a photo, so I'm gonna make it 2 lines.
Damn. Choose results of the day. Get a sub headline thing, God.
Now, notice that the boxes are stacked. So this text next to the Y might be a little bit close. So all you really need to do is pull down the bottom of the headline box to create more space.
people put it down.
Yeah.
This is fine.
And it is just InDesign. If I want to change the number of columns here, Control B, 2 columns. So now it's 2 columns of text, but really I want 3. Notice I have not saved at all so far. People kind of get in this habit that they feel they need to save every time they move something. Yeah, don't do that. The reason I say don't do it, and I'm not telling people not to save, it's just that every time you save, the file size gets bigger.
Oh.
So if I save bigger, I could delete everything off my page and save, and the file size would be bigger.
Oh.
Because Adobe keeps that in memory. So if you're saving constantly, you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Okay? And that's always the way that InDesign has always worked. So I'm not saying don't save. Like, we're going to take a break in a second. Should I save before I go on a break? Sure, would be a good idea. And if you're ever going to leave the building, I would suggest closing the page. So that way it uploads back into Page Tracker. But for what we're doing right now, just Control S is a save. File save is a save. We're at 10:30 right now. So why don't we take like 10 minutes and come back?
Oh. I mean, with it today. He had a.
Stretch. Yes.
You guys. Oh, you're good, Sean.
I was gonna ask him a question. He walked back next.
And we wanted to, after 3 columns. Save there. So delete it off the page.
All the different, I did it as a two.
That's what's easy.
Yeah.
And release the other one.
Oh, I did lifeguard too, and I did the other two.
Oh, okay.
That was
So
true.
saving.
Now save your page. It still thinks it's there until you save it.
So that we duplicated that, right? I'll take over that story. Just so you know.
Now go back to your web browser and find that story. And you should be able to open it and
Yeah. I'll just-
So under related was the photos, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
so double click on those.
Oh, and then presentation.
Yep. Check your budget date, because we had that wrong before.
Is this the one we duplicated or is this the original?
This is the original photo.
So check your.
You don't need a story. Well, it was placed once, so it remembers me.
Why is it always something? Never just good morning, dude. Light of finding life. No, yeah, is it?
What's that?
Just check, we placed it, so it would update.
Oh, he's on the copy plan anyway.
Yeah, so. Wow. Draw a text box on it.
Yep.
Shitty.
Yeah, the original one. I started. Page.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Okay, yeah, it only circles around. It's a long journey, maybe that's.
Oh, got it.
Slide the box on. I go to your asset manager, so blocks menu. Got a box selected.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's BLOX, asset manager.
One time on the story. And it's. Has both of them.
Yeah.
Connected, so that's good. So we click OK. Rainbow photos.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Thank you. Thank you both.
Yeah. How did you do the wrap on the left side there?
I drew a picture box.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
So you just,
To draw that right over.
oh, I mean, it's not letting me
Oh.
click and like edit. See like if I try to edit.
Are you trying to get the box or get the text?
Oh, it is. All I want to do is change the headline.
I'm gonna get one. That happens a lot.
Okay.
Working now.
Yes.
Yep.
Whenever you call the IT guy, everything starts working and all that. Or,
Well, you fixed it. Thank you.
I have a dumb question.
I was in my office and I'm highlighting all these things.
When I was laying out the one story, it actually overran the other story, so I don't know what it is.
No.
Oh,
So-
okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I see.
It replaced the other story
Okay.
when I did. So, dumb question. Is there a way to just delete it and just start over again?
Perfect.
Or what's on the page?
No, you can just delete it, then you gotta do a save. So if you wanna do delete, so yeah, delete the images that go with it, because it's gonna bring all of it. So you can just delete it all off there.
Okay, you're going to do 19, then 12, 13. Okay. 14, 15.
Now do a save on.
Yesterday. Monday. So in each day,
Check it.
please let me know where the you can look at.
It's like a
Okay,
file save. The reason why I wouldn't have checked this page in when he did a save,
It doesn't check it in on save, it checks on close.
but that released the story then.
Yeah.
So go ahead and draw your text box and place that story. Should bring both those photos. And
You know what? I have a saving disease and I save without my knowledge, like every few seconds.
I'm always afraid of the servers going down because the server, that's why I constantly say,
Yeah,
I'm afraid of our servers.
Well, these aren't saving to the server anyway.
they're saving to the
They're
cloud.
not saving to your server, so.
We're saving to the cloud. That's
Yeah,
right.
Well, you're saving to your hard drive, and then when you're all done, you close the page, it checks it back in.
moving like you could
To the cloud.
Oh, but this is in the hard drive.
Right now it is. Every time you hit save, it's on your hard drive.
That was on
And
Jason.
then this, when you're done and you close the page, it'll say, do you want to check it in? And it'll save and upload it back to page drive.
So then we can always delete the versions, right? If my hard drive gets full, I mean, she can do it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it's not the end of the world.
No,
Usually people who are in the habit of saving used to work in Quark and when things.
yeah, we didn't need it.
Yeah. So save and save off, and they hear a clap of thunder, they start saving. Stuff.
Yeah, we've done.
Yeah, well, InDesign has its own built-in recovery system, so you shouldn't really lose anything. Like, if you crash, you just launch InDesign, log into BLOX, and it should open the page exactly where you were. So,
Should is the afternoon.
should.
There.
Technically, every time you pause for 2 to 3 seconds, InDesign saves. That's the
Even
recovery
if it's in
file.
your laptop, I'm a computer, whatever. So it saves a copy in the cloud.
It saves it locally.
Oh, it saves it locally, okay.
So don't ever crash here and then go over there and open it up. Because you're gonna get with the
Oh,
laptop
the-
server.
on the cloud, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have our page and we have some stories on our page. We're gonna run through jumping, and to jump, we have to have a second page. So let's create a second page. So we go to the BLOX Total CMS menu, down to Documents, and New.
And if it's a page is already created, we go to open by status.
Correct. What we want now is the even number after your odd number.
You go to block. Another,
No,
another documents.
Oh, documents. Okay.
In new.
So if I
If you're doing the even page now.
jumping this next one, exactly after the first page,
Oh, you're there.
we just put whatever page number our
It's going
are
to.
going to.
Obviously,
Normally-
also time
Normally, the girl upstairs does the
for
pages,
the jump.
so you're not actually creating pages.
Yeah.
You would just
Right.
combine it. You would combine it. So this is an extra step that you would do, but we need to
Right.
create a page.
Okay. So your number is 7, so you do 8, just to make sure.
Okay.
Make sure you pick the same.
Okay, so we're creating a second page for our jump. Blocks menu, so Blocks Total CMS, Documents New, and you come up with this dialog box. Everything should be the same, except you're gonna choose the even number after your odd number. So you were 1, so now you're 2. Documents,
How you did that?
New,
2.
you're page 2. Okay, once you have that, you go ahead and click OK. And open up that even numbered page. That's because we're all stuck in the life out of the Wi-Fi right now.
This is not on Wi-Fi though.
It is here. Oh, those aren't?
Yeah, those are hardwired.
Yeah, but you're also doing remote desktop, so probably leave it back there.
I have some stuff. I'm full one and then you.
That's why mine's take up longer than yours. Think it's gone. Yep, still going. Once your even numbered page opens, go ahead and close it. Close the even numbered page.
Save changes.
Yep. I'll give you a little tip. Even if you told it no to save it anyway. The programmer says there's no reason they'd ever not want to save.
Yes, there is.
Not according to him, so it's gonna say.
Sometimes if you make enough like big changes to it, you don't need the direction, you might just close it without saving.
Yeah.
I guess control V is both kinds.
Yeah, you can do control C.
Yeah, the way able to find things that.
Why am I getting this pop up?
I'll say that.
Like
Mine,
yeah,
that's the part of.
Can't tell you if it's even really there. It might just be a screen refresh thing.
Then I put it.
So
Get this.
you're trying to close the whole program for pages.
Yeah, you,
Page.
just a page. The. Yes, okay.
Yep. So it'll save your page and then you get the check-in dialog box and you're going to click OK on that. The check-in is when it's uploading it back to Page Tracker.
Oh, it'll take time. You take it on, no, okay.
It's going to be one.
Oh, that's
Oh, thanks for the rest.
Supposed to be like that.
I haven't seen the other patient. Oh, because you're gonna come back in.
Yeah, we're going to combine them. Yeah. So we got those.
Yeah, how do you feel? Keep it better out days. Close it up.
But you won't have to create the page, it's already created, we just combine.
Sure what that is. That's just a. I think it's technically not there. It's just showing up on your screen like it was there.
It's still, it's no problematic.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Use them.
Okay, so we're left with one page. Okay, so with our page open that has all our content on it, we're going to go to the BLOX Total CMS menu, down to Documents, Page Management, Combine Pages. Dialog box. Combine pages. So you're going to get this, click one time on your even numbered page. Just one time. Now, what's really important here is to actually choose the Combine Pages button. Sometimes people choose the Open button, which is over here, which we don't want. This one, we're combining. So you choose Combine Pages, and it's going to ask you, are you sure? Say yes, if you're sure. And it puts both pages in the same document.
I got a failure.
What does it say?
Found a link status link out of date one. Okay, I started.
Okay.
So now I'm going to BLOX. Documents.
Oh my God, I got a failure too.
Yeah, well, just put this once.
There we go.
I never read that.
This doesn't happen every time. Okay. We tried that some. I did. It's a one. This just stays there. That's
It
it.
won't close, it won't. I got some numbers.
Really? Yeah. But we got.
I'm getting the same thing.
Go ahead and click OK. I think it's looking for the standalone headline.
So yes,
Yes.
Sure, it's. Yeah.
Scroll back.
Okay, so you got both pages in the document.
So.
That's okay. Okay, so now you have both pages in the same document. Okay, everybody at this point, 2 pages in the document?
No.
Second. Did you recreate this?
I did, but it didn't show up when we got to this point. So I think
They did. So that's the difference.
For that while.
I just changed it.
Yeah, but this is the 16th, right? Yeah. And that's page number. Yeah, it'll only let you combine pages with the same publication date. You have yours, right? So you have it selected, you click combine pages? Yes.
I just don't have, I don't have a complete at all. So even though.
So that's
7. I'm 7. They made me put 2 sevens. These D7. Okay. So you want me to the processor just go. And then you. Oh, got it.
Okay, so close the even number page.
Yeah, over the weekend because I just second on that.
Well, I have.
Oh, geez. So it's very good. I got some now. Stuff on my way though. Don't do the 7 Use with. Oh.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
they're reading
Yes,
it.
Yeah, I don't think
headstones there.
I don't think
Bring
really
yards.
I went down to the lesson until they were.
What'd you say?
In the sun too. No, dude, she had a change.
Okay,
She did.
so blocks
On brand.
documents, page management.
That feeling that's what's making. I'm not sure. Who is that? It's like, I know. That someone was gonna see the article and then they were gonna see the nice one picture of it, and they were gonna come kick it all over.
Who is this?
The town story.
Oh,
And she was fixing up sanitary.
so did you want to beef with that much?
She just thinks that
Why does she think people are?
Well,
no one's mad. They just thought she was gonna use it to that like readers would be like, oh, that's something I can handle. And I was like, this is the deal. I was like, it's like 50. I guess it's forced to the video. It's like, we're gonna do this. And then she had me do this weird thing again, they like these little rods, and like they don't come together, but you're supposedly set over like power drive. And I actually did it worked. So let's still kind of freaking about that. We got on the line, disappear and then come back. Yeah, no, it turned out, it's, I don't know, it's bizarre. That's how they find open brains, like they're flawed, and then it's like, this is the story. Yeah, it seems like a little mistake.
Oh, hollow like HR. I thought you were saying like.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I've heard of that before. I don't know the first thought. I've heard of
That's
that.
where I learned like. It's fast, it's pretty, so that's good.
Okay. Okay, so we should all have our 2 pages. We're gonna jump this top story up here. So you have to be on the selection tool, the black arrow. You click once on the story and then the overset text box gets brighter red. And we click once on the overset text box and I can see it's on my cursor. Then we scroll down to the other page. We click, hold, and drag across however many columns we want our jump to be. Then it's going to ask you, what do you want your keyword to be? And we give you the slug and we give you the title, so you can choose something from that. Maybe something like candidate. Don't need a jump headline. You could leave that blank. And just click save.
You adjust the number of, like, say you, it's on the page, and you're like, I don't like the way it looks. Can you like adjust the jump while it's like? Okay.
Yeah.
To be, I know.
So once the jump is there, it's InDesign. You can adjust the number of columns. You can move the jump anywhere you want. So numbers are correct today, probably. So on the turn line on the front page, it should say jump to the correct page.
Yes.
And here it should say what page it came from.
Usually when you do a jump though, it should be like the first word of the story. That's the whole.
You could, the first word of what, the next line?
Of the headline, so people know, okay, this is the story, not just candidate,
Oh,
I guess. You just say supervisor probably.
Okay, so I mean, you could do that.
Right.
Just type that in.
Just change it.
Yeah. Now we talked about this the other day, and since I didn't hit that, you tell me if you want that or not want that.
Wait, what is the question?
See the jump line? Whatever you put as the keyword shows up here
And bold.
and bold. I can change that to whatever you want.
I think it's kind of nice. What do you think?
I like it.
You would say see supervisor on that.
Yeah, whatever you're trying to put in there. See that on the next page.
Whatever, yeah. But being involved, it stands out a little bit.
Is there a way, I don't know if this is too complicated for the coding or not, but like numbers, if the jump is numbers 1 through 9, like it's continued from page 1 or continued on page 6 or something, we write it out because of AP style instead of a
Can't
number.
do that anymore.
I've never seen it done that way. Can you do the picture?
Okay, are we changing?
Even though it's AP style,
We have to, it doesn't work with us, he said, we have to do the one.
So many piece style stuff is going to be.
AP style I've never seen it used for jump lines ever.
Okay, there's a Dave Sherman thing.
At hundreds of papers.
Dave Sherman doesn't work here anymore, so.
Welcome to 2025.
Okay, now, one thing that's important about these jumps is that this box has to be touching this box. There's 2 boxes here. And if they're not, let's say I separate these 2. See the page number? They have to be touching. And as soon as the box touches, okay, so they have to be touching, which they should be. There's text wrap built into them. Now, if I take this and I drag it off to the side of my page, and if I look on the front, it says, come on, get in. What does it stand for? Anybody? Pasteboard. It's sitting on the pasteboard, so it knows where the jump is. If I moved it, if I combined another page and moved it to that page, the numbers would just adjust. Okay,
If I want to move to another page, just delete it and then combine another page and,
don't need to delete it, just combine the other page and drag it to the other page.
oh, great.
Well, I kind of screwed up with it. Trying to make them touch.
Yeah.
It continued. Yeah, okay. So like on the bottom line, so in credit from this.
So the headline on page 40 is touching.
Because I was trying to drag it up. I see.
Don't do that, don't touch.
Drag it up. But you touch arrows, keep them like, all right.
They must be touching. Actually, I'm just gonna group them as soon as I put it, so I don't accidentally.
Another shortcut for you. Wow. What's going on? I'm gonna bring this over. Sometimes you want to nudge things with your arrow keys. So you can just nudge it up or down. If you hold down Shift and use your arrow keys, it jumps by 5s. So just a little bit of a tip to help you move things. Shift, arrows. Okay, let's go ahead and jump another story. So on our front page, we have the lifeguard story. So with the selection tool, the black arrow, once on the overset text box, scroll down, click, hold, and drag across however many columns you want your jump to be. If you just accidentally click, it's going to make it a 1-column jump. Okay. And then finally, we have the dam story that we can jump. So we're going to go ahead and jump that.
Oh, you never did it.
And if you jump the story and you didn't mean to, all you gotta do is lasso the jump and delete it, and it becomes overset text again. Okay. And you can re-jump it.
Refine you. Then you should check in and check how to be on that. It is. Now I wouldn't mind jumping. If I have 15 or 16 story, then jump.
Yeah, I know.
You're right. It's so easy.
Let's do it now, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm happy for sure.
We want like little tiny spaces to fill because we can just jump.
Yeah.
You're still probably in the.
But not as many, because what I'll do the previous story, I'll make it shorter, but I have 2 stories that I'll have to jump.
Okay, so go ahead and save your page. Do File Save or Control S.
Question.
Yes.
With the spacing, like if we have 2 things, like if we're working up from the bottom, if I have these 2 touching, can I do -1p the same way we did +1p?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, the reason we're saving is after it saves, we want to go back to your web browser, Google Chrome. We're looking at all the assets there, but we're up at the top left, we're going to go to BLOX CMS and we're going to go to Page Tracker. Now, most of our pages were for the 16th. Right here, it's starting with the 17th. Somebody might have had a different page number or page date. Just make sure that you choose from here to where it shows up. So training for the 16th is what we were working on. If we double click, these are our pages. Makes it bigger. So if you click on the little grid, you can scroll down and see what the pages look like.
Your training is 616.
Change that.
Your picture is, if you want to look at your page, you better go to one.
Okay, so actually,
Then
And then I click on that.
And then search.
oh.
No, just
Go. Search. Search.
No, no, upper on those lines, and then go to bottom,
Okay.
and then page traffic.
Yeah.
Training, oh, okay, and then training. And you.
But I see the TR.
Yeah, I think that's,
19.
I thought that
it was
was
probably a Z, so if you're probably down.
How do you search for these pages? 'Cause I don't see them either.
So yours was training for there, the 60.
Yeah.
So over here, change that 8 to the 60.
No, and if it starts.
Normally it will default to the future. Search. It's not a very top option. So it's going to train, yeah, double click. There. Click on the grid up there.
That's great.
Yep. So now you can scroll through and see what page, where your page is. And let's say I wanted to look at my page a little bit more in depth. I could go double click on the page. Down here, it shows me what got placed on the page. Over here, it tells me who's working on the page. And then right here, I could click the Adobe symbol, and that's going to give me a high-res PDF. And if I want to close the PDF, I just close that browser tab that it opened up, and I'm back to Page Tracker. Okay, so we're going to go back to InDesign. It saves, every time you place something, it saves the history of that save. So it's not like it's actually saving the InDesign document, but it is leaving up with it. Yeah. Okay.
Last word number.
If we go back to our InDesign page, we can see that all the stories are checked in, and that's Adobe's terminology. I have the globes up here. That means it's checked in. Anybody can get into it. So if somebody went into it in the web browser, they could make changes to it. But usually when I'm working on the page, I don't want people messing with the story. So I can check it out. Two ways to check it out. If I'm on the selection tool, I double click on the story, it changes to the text tool, and it checks it out. If I'm on the text tool and I click on a story, it will check that out. And I can tell that I have it checked out because I got the pencils. That means I am editing it and nobody else can edit it anywhere else. Now, one of the things I showed you in the browser was trim from print. I want to trim it in the print publication, but I want it to show up online. So let's say that I was in this story right here, And I wanted to trim the second paragraph. I highlight the second paragraph. I go up to blocks total CMS, trimming, trim. It hides it. It's still there. I can get it back if I need to, but that's probably the best way to cut stories if you don't have space for it. The jump automatically moves up because they're connected.
If I want to bring it back,
Yeah. So we go up to the blocks total CMS menu. We go to trimming, show all trims. You can see it's green because that's Adobe's conditional text. It's green code. So if I now highlight all that text again, I can go to blocks total CMS trimming and I can untrim and it puts it back as regular text. Okay, so trimming hides it. Doesn't cut it. It cuts it from the print publication, but it still shows up online. Just like, let's say you have some stuff on your page and you say, well, I don't need this last paragraph, and you leave it hanging off on the side. It's not going to show up in print, but it's still part of the story. It'll show up online. So make sure that you're editing that last paragraph because it's going to be online. Anything that's connected here. I have pencils on these stories. I make fixes to these stories. It fixes it on the page. When you check the story back in, it goes up to your website. So the same corrections you make on the page also get corrected online. Go down a little ways. We'll practice this. Go ahead and close your page. Say yes to anything it asks you. The first thing it asks is, you have one or more items that have not been checked in. Do you want to check in all content now? And the answer is always yes. Do you want to save the page? Yes. Then you're going to get the check-in dialog box and you're going to check the page in. That's uploading it back to Page Tracker. Yep, click OK. So I don't know how many computers in here are set up this way. Mine is, I know hers is. I mean, she could take her computer outside. She can go to Panera and work if she wanted to, because all she needs is the connection to her computer and an internet connection. To get ads on the page, the ads are actually stored in the building. So to actually have ads on the page, she would have to be connected to the server. Yep, click OK. All right. That's using bandwidth. Remember, all these pages have to upload, so the bigger the pages, the longer they take, and we're all doing it at the same time.
So will it be the on production days when we have like 5 papers being worked on at once by several different people in the building?
Shouldn't be that slow. I mean, it shouldn't be any slower than it is right now. It kind of depends on your bandwidth, and that's upload speed. And when you talk about upload speed, Dave is going to talk to whoever does your IT here.
Sure.
Yeah. So hopefully you have good upload speed. Okay, so our page is closed. Where do we find them? No, not Page Tracker. We go to the blocks menu. Documents, open by status. That's where we find them. Up here, it was a training page, but we did it for the 16th. So you choose that. And then here's our pages. So it says here, parent page would be my 23. but it has a child of 24. It means I can't open up 24 here because it's really part of 23. Okay.
All together.
Once you open up 23, it opens both because they're both connected. It also means that if you combine a page, only one person can be working on it at a time. So it's not like somebody else could work on the jump page. You're going to work on it, which is probably the case anyway. So I find my page, I double click on it, it opens. If anybody's computer is set to auto update Adobe stuff, probably turn that off. You don't want to automatically update because Adobe will lay some eggs every once in a while. Plus, towards the end of the year, they'll do something like InDesign 2026 will come out and it'll automatically update. You don't have to do that. We get the updates the same time you guys get the updates. So I would say, give us a couple weeks to play with it and make sure things aren't broken, and then shoot us an email and ask for the update to 2026.
How do we check that? So we're not getting updates.
Creative Cloud, in Creative Cloud. Probably in your preferences here.
It's under apps. And then.
Under apps?
Yep.
I am under apps.
Can you minimize that underneath your name? View updates.
Yeah. Few updates.
Right up. Okay. And then.
There's a spot on mine that says enable auto update.
Yeah.
You could, but that means it's not enabled.
Yeah, I turned it off on small.
If you go into Creative Cloud and then you click on apps and then updates. Like if you click, are you in Creative Cloud? On the, so you're gonna see apps on the left menu and you click on that, and then over on the right, it says view updates. Yeah, and if it says enable auto updates, it should be turned off. Yeah,
View updates. Yeah, yours. I went to go ahead and also this page worked on like 2 days ago.
Oh,
And no, it didn't. That was the apps in the last company.
Oh, Mark, I forgot to tell you the failure thing came back up and I just hit okay.
Do what?
The failure, the link thing, I just hit okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has to do with the standalone looking for the standalone headline that we took off the page.
Okay.
So, not a big deal.
Not everyone is getting it though.
Maybe they didn't actually delete it off the page.
technically 9.
Oh, I hear. I knew we had to say.
Yeah. I don't think that's like something.
Okay, so this is more probably for you. You guys do all the output? The newsroom doesn't do any output? Okay. So to output a page, it's blocks menu, documents, output, final, and then final output.
I think it's.
Yep, final output. What that's gonna do, it's gonna take the PDF, it's gonna apply your job options, it's gonna put it, it's gonna create a folder for it and put it in that folder.
So what's the desktop on final output?
It does a print ready version on your desktop if you wanted to go just to your desktop.
It's not named.
Sometimes people want to see what it looks like before they actually, before the end of the night, like maybe that ad looks a little funky. I wonder if it's gonna print right. So we give you a desktop option that print it there.
If it goes to the desktop, I haven't been naming convention on the PDF.
Yeah.
Seems like some case we went, it didn't name it. It's the.
Yeah, but I started making up.
He created this for the 14th, so he created it for the right date.
So also under documents, there's one in here that says close all.
When you create.
Let's say you had like 5 different documents open at the same time. You could click close all and it will ask you to save and check in one time for all those documents. So it's a little bit faster. Do I suggest you have 5 documents open at the same time? No, not really. Because if you were to crash with 5 documents open, it has to recover those 5 documents before you can start working again. So it just takes you a lot longer. So I would say when you're done with something, close it. Because you can have many tabs open, but it just sucks the resources out of your computer.
You guys.
In your snippets, because we talked about snippets earlier, we know what page design snippets are. They know the XY coordinate of where they're supposed to go. Design element snippets might be little pieces that can go here and there. Now, one of the things I did over the weekend was if you go under this search area and you type in DESIGN, design, these are all preloaded snippets, sort of. So what I'm design, the word design. So I'm just going to move my stuff out of the way to show you how they work. This one right here, design 1 column S, stands for 1 column story. I double click on it. It's on my cursor, and wherever I click is where it goes. Okay.
So these are like little.
They're little story blocks.
Okay, cool.
And I want to place a story here.
If I go down a little further, I have a 3 column S, 2 column P. So this is a 3 column story with a 2 column photo. All I have to do is click in the story box, place it, and it knows where to put all the pieces. Now, let's say the story actually had 2 photos, but the snippet only has 1. It'll create all the boxes it needs.
How do you get on page? Just double click it?
You double click it and then move your cursor over the page. You must have done it a few times. Now, also in here, I have this bottom one that's a centerpiece. So if I double click it, so it comes in, if I place the story here, it puts 1 photo up here, 1 photo here, and there's a frame around the whole thing.
I mean, I can even like.
And I can create as many of these as you want. You just kind of have to tell me if you want some other ones.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And you don't have to use these snippets. You can just draw a box and do it your own way after that. If there's ads on the page, it might be easier to draw your own box because then you have to go around the ads anyway. But on fronts, these might be a little faster. Now, I did do something, and I have to fix something. One of the images it doesn't like. You guys have, let's see, let's get rid of this. I did an opinion page for you. Let me do this.
Oh, that's cool. And all you have to do is that will help for the days, all of it, for everything's gone.
So,
yeah.
Where is it? Oh. Also in here, if you type the word mug, M-U-G, there are column sigs. So if I double click, place them, okay? So I did all the employee ones that I saw, but I didn't find any images for like your district attorney and stuff like that. Maybe they're in a different folder. I just don't know where they're at.
But why would we do this? Wouldn't we do it in the blocks when I'm creating my article?
Well, it's not gonna look like this if you do it. Should,
How will it look on- Will this print online then?
this will not print online, no. Now, you can connect your photo as a child asset for online purposes, but I would make it web only so that they can use this. Because if you place the photo, it's just gonna be the photo. This comes with
They
your
dumped
name
me like
and
I was
that
nothing.
bar at the bottom.
Okay, so when I'm creating my spindle,
Uh-huh.
uh,
So online, you do use the photo?
yeah,
So let's say I'm in the web browser. So you would go to related. Now, your mugshot's gonna be in here. I mean, once it's in, you're gonna use the same mugshot. It's not like you have to keep uploading the same mugshot. So you would find it. And I'm just gonna grab any photo just to show you what we do. Like this one. So once this is here, you would go to tags, flags, and you would mark the photo as web only. So that way the photo doesn't come on the page. Instead, you're going to use the column sig.
okay, so. So tag, okay.
And it flags web only. So that way that photo doesn't come on the InDesign page. Instead, you use the column sig. Now we could, so your spindles always run with the column sig. So how about we create a snippet that says spindle with a box and the column sig already in it. So that way you don't need to pull in the pieces separately.
Page 5 is actually all standard. Like it runs the same every week.
Yeah. And the same with your opinion page.
Or, sorry, not page.
Now I created an opinion page, but I gotta fix something in it. No, not page design. So let me get rid of this. So these are all your headers. Maybe I deleted unless there's your sports front. I might have deleted it because it wasn't coming in the way I wanted it to. Now Dave did create all the pieces of your opinion page, and I was just trying to put them back, put it all in one snippet. But it doesn't like the little mouse image at the top. So where are you? So here's that masthead that typically goes, I think it's somewhere over here. There's that. The letter to the editor box.
Yeah. Be responsible for putting that like that out. Or on the page now.
That's a good question. So who does it now?
No, I mean, I feel like if it's switched, it would be forgotten.
So typically you guys do that? Okay, so you could open up the pages and put those on there. At some point, and to your point earlier, sometimes people go on vacation or something. So I do think that the newsroom should learn how to do it so that if it's not done and you open the page, you still can do it. So you can play with the snippets as much as you want.
Pages, so if you throw on vacation, guess what?
The other thing that I've seen happen and why I'm gonna have a full opinion page snippet. But then all the little pieces that go on the opinion page, like the masthead and the letters to the editor policy, are in there separately. I've seen designers accidentally click on something and delete it and then not know how to get the piece back. So they're all going to be separate snippets in here too. So you guys can bring them back. And over the course of the next few days, Dave and I are going to be building more snippets. So anything that is in a library right now is going to be built as a snippet. All right, so we're going to rebuild all that stuff. If something is not there when you need to use it, when you're building a page, just let us know and we'll just do it real quick. It doesn't take very much time to build one.
With a snippet, like once you put that in, you do the same way like asset manager and everything.
Yeah, the story, the design.
Story.
Yeah, you just click on the story box, asset manager, place the story, and then it puts the pieces in the boxes. It knows to put the headline in the headline box. It knows to put the picture in the picture box. And if there are two pictures, but the snippet has one, it'll create the boxes it needs.
You can click off and then select just the main story.
Just the story box. Don't select everything and place it, although I think it would probably still work. I've seen sometimes people choose the headline box only. Then your story is going to go into the headline box and then it'll create other boxes. So you want to click the story box. I'll have a snippet for a standalone photo. So you click the photo box and place the photo in that, and it'll put the pieces in the right boxes.
So Jack, sounds like they're still putting things together, like snippets and whatever. So, I mean, with you still working on this, should we be in BLOX this week or should we stick with Scoop while you guys are still?
This week, you need to be in BLOX because I won't be here next week. So it'd be better for you to do pages while I'm here. This afternoon, because you have a publication this afternoon. And there's one other one that goes.
Tomorrow, that's right.
But I'll be doing it today.
Okay, well, tomorrow, easy. We're gonna build a bunch this afternoon. We should get caught up on most of the snippet stuff. This afternoon, I think we're probably still okay. Just how, are you gonna be slower? Yes. I tell everybody the first week, you're gonna be slower. It's just the way it is. Next week, you'll start remembering more stuff and you'll say, oh, this is getting easier. And then 2 weeks from now, if we put you in front of Scoop, you probably wouldn't remember how to do it. So are you gonna be late on deadline tomorrow? We're gonna try to get you there if you want to. It's kind of up to how comfortable are you making the transition today?
You do.
That's true.
Yeah, we can try.
Okay,
So
that's
if something is not in the snippets, just call you, can do it automatically.
And we're also gonna show you how to do it, so where you can actually build them after we're gone. So that way you're not relying on our schedules.
Are you gonna show them how to do stuff?
We're gonna show you how. I'm not gonna show everybody how, because then people might try to do it all the time and show you. Yeah. Should be like the snippet master.
Well, I was a CC libraries controller, so.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, no, I don't see us using the snippets for 2 column because we're drawing the box. We couldn't do it with Scoop, so we needed that. But here, this is so much easier without the snippets. Why would I need the snippets for like 2 column box, 3 column box?
Yeah, you don't have to have that, but there's probably some things that were in the library that you would use, so.
Like the campus newsletter. Yeah, like campus, yeah.
The standard stuff.
Yeah. And some of that stuff, I don't have any, like this thing. Now Dave built this and it's several different pieces, but this right here can also just be a paragraph style if you use it in other places. All that is white text with a thick rule behind it, so you can actually
have it in this.
Yeah, so we'll have stuff like that in there. The obituary header and we chose, if you type in ZZ, it's stuff that for all papers. You guys use it
I was just
every
gonna ask
paper.
that, what is?
Yeah, so instead,
Comment.
like AM is gonna be Amherst, it'll be the 2-letter designations. So if you typed in AM up here, it would show you just AM stuff. if you type in ZZ, it's gonna pop you down to snippets that are shared among all the papers. So certain headers get shared. And we chose ZZ so it goes to the bottom of the list. Now I say, what kind of questions do you have?
I'll let you know in a couple
Yeah,
hours.
we'll get into it.
Just gotta do it.
Yeah, and that's most of the time, and I said it before, you don't know what questions to ask yet, right? So as you're going, you'll kind of figure some things out, but Dave and I are gonna be here, and we'll be running around to machine to machine, so as you guys run into something, ask us. Don't suffer in silence. I used to have people, I didn't want to bother you and stuff like that. You know what? You pay for support, and that's what my job is, so it's not bothering me, it's what I do. So if you have any questions, let me know. Are things gonna be perfect the first week? Probably not. Probably not perfect. Might break a few eggs, but we're gonna get there. And we're gonna do our best to make it on deadline. Look at fonts really closely. Okay? Because we had to choose some fonts because they have to work on both Macs and PCs and all that kind of stuff. So we might have changed some fonts.
So the fonts you picked today, that's the one we're using?
Look at it, make sure it's right. Like
They look good, they look close.
your body copy, I mean, I looked at what you had and adjusted for that, and I think it's right on. The folios, I think are right on. There might be some headlines that aren't, like, it might say, like one headline might work, but in one of those folders, maybe the headline, we skipped it by accident. So just look at all the fonts closely.
And can I pick a different font?
I wasn't sure if you had it already or if she had it.
Can you choose a different font?
Yes, so if I want to just change it, I don't like this one. The jump page, I want a different font.
Oh, okay.
Can I change that or no?
Could you? Yes. Should you? I don't know. Probably not.
And I think this one like a separate story.
Jump page, do you want me to upload those?
Say like I have a wild card.
Oh,
In wild cards, I just put a different font.
To honestly.
Yeah.
So, like, right?
It's kind of what your style is. So
Those are gonna be linked.
if that's what you've always done,
So don't
Okay.
worry
the
about.
problem might
Don't worry
become
about
if
the-
you choose a font that they don't have,
Well, send it to
and
the.
then they have to
photos.
output it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So you
Yeah,
want to
I
make
do.
sure that you're
And then she'll
using the
press
same
them,
fonts.
ask them
Okay.
where it's
I
connected.
can't find some of the snippets that we use for like campus news, library news.
Haven't done them all yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get them in there. Because as soon as we're done today, we're gonna start building some more.
And
I think mostly you did Amherst to start,
Yeah.
but now we need to focus on your paper first because you're gonna be doing pages now. So we'll go through it's the Kenton B.
Can tell me.
Okay, so we're gonna go through that and make sure we got everything. And if there's anything that you don't use this time of year, like it's a Christmas type thing, we'll push that off to the end. And by then, you'll be building snippets left and right, so if you're done.
this versus CC libraries, like what's,
Technically, we don't support libraries because people tend to do bad things in libraries. Could you use your current library? Yes.
Right.
Might you crash more? Probably. So I
what
would,
if something's missing and we need it on short notice, we can still yank it out of our libraries?
yes. I think there could be some scoop stuff embedded in some of those library items that might conflict. So that's why I'm saying try not to use them. If you need something, let us know and we'll try to build it real quick. If we can't,
Let's go to the beginning. Let's.
Yeah. so you can still, I say you still can use your library, but really try not to. Okay, just let us know and we'll rebuild it.
So libraries doesn't talk to the program as well is basically what I'm hearing.
It talks to the program, it's just people do things in libraries that we don't necessarily. So, other questions?
I just have to talk about the photos after.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. Yeah. But we are done.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.